yeah, it's the archivist, y'all. Exclusively interviewing Drezus.
Mm-hmm.
That AKA Big Dro.
Yeah.
And who is Drezus?
Jesus, man. That's a culmination of Dro and, some new things that have been happening in my life, Everybody knows me as Joe in the street and back in the day, but, it's my boy Hellenback. Shout out Hellenback. He used to throw around a bunch of different names. He used to call me all kind of names like Drizzle, Dreez, and all kinds of stuff. And Drezus came about like Saint Drezus. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna run with it. It'd be like Dro the Red Jesus, man. That's what we came up with, man. So I just ran with it, and I couldn't look back, man. Just going,
And being from Saskatoon,
Mm-hmm.
Hobbema, Alberta, elaborate how it all became with Res Official, members Big Stomp, Kool-Aid, where you grew up on inspirations such as Run DMC and much more.
Yeah, with Stomp, man, I was like, I seen War Party. Big ups to War Party, because War Party was the very first native cats that were really doing it on a national level, I should say, or at least like a local level. You know what I mean? Across Canada, man. They were doing a national thing, and I looked up to them, man. I looked up to them, and I met Stomp. I actually met Stomp at a nightclub, man, out in Calgary, and I just spit a whole bunch of bars for him one night. And this is when War Party was popping off, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna check for you, Obviously I was a little bit, rough around the edges and stuff, but eventually he came back in 2000 when I was in Saskatoon. I had moved back to Saskatoon, and I was actually doing my thing with Joey Styles and them with the Stress Street thing, Shout out Stress Street. But yeah, Stomp came back. He gave me a beat full of CDs, which was the very first motherfucking Res Official beat CD with raw Stomp beats and J-Mac. J-Mac, shout out J-Mac. He was coming out hard back then, and he still is, but he was coming hard with the samples back then. And I listened to the whole CD, and I was like, man, I'm gonna tear this shit up. And I came up with this song called Brains Blue, which ended up being on the end of the Keep On Moving joint back in the day. And that was the very first Res Official song right there. It was Brains Blue, and it just started rolling then, man. It started rolling. Hellenback came, things happened over there on that side, but he came back to Res Official, and we all kind of just formed like a fucking Voltron and made the thing happen, But as far as influences, shit, Run DMC was the very first tape I got, man. Raising Hell was the first shit. And I was young, man. I was probably 7 years old, but then I started getting a little bit of interest, and by the time I was 9 years old, I was listening to stuff like NWA, Eazy-E, Fresh Prince, man, all kinds of stuff, man. Melly Mel, LL, shoot, man, Rakim, all those dudes, man, they influenced me, and I just took a liking to the music. I just felt the vibe, and I just ran with it, man. I turned my poems into raps,
And the start, back in 2004, battling, becoming the general, the first artist of Stress Street. Let us know.
Yeah, man. That was before that. That was back in 2001, man. I don't even battle, man. Everybody knows. I'm not trying to front like I'm a battle rapper and shit, but Joey Styles was throwing a battle back in the day. I know you remember that shit. I know you remember that. But and I entered. And I wasn't even really sharp with the battling, but I entered, and I did my thing, and I ended up winning that shit. And me and Joey went back to the studio that night with a couple other cats, and that's when Stress Street was just beginning, and we just went in hard, man. When we started putting out mixtapes, and there was a bunch of us at that time who were a lot of artists under the label at the time who were going hard. You know, everybody just kind of did their own thing though eventually, and you know, I ended up going forward with Res Official because Stomp already had his foot in the door. You know, and so like I kind of held down both crews. I still do to this day. You know, and I still hold down Heatbag too. So shout out to Heatbag, John C, Charlie Feta, Brooklyn too, man. You know, it's all love, man. Those are my boys. No matter what you hear out there, that's still my family. You know.
And Fast Life, break down your first project, challenges coming up in the game.
Oh man, Fast Life, like that was just like a test to me. Like, can I put out my own album? That was back in 2004, and it was all production by Stomp and J Mac. I like to speak a lot about my life and my music, man. You know, that album was a lot about my life, but it was also me trying to find my sound. You know, like just going through the motions and just putting out a record. You know, honestly, like that was just a foundation for who I am today as an artist. You know, I had to put that out there. You know, I still have a lot of people asking me for that shit, so I'm gonna re-release it for sure. So you can look out for that too, man.
And many years between projects on a hiatus. Any street stories for us? Anything to say to the pork chops?
Pork choppers. Man, you guys are trying to get us all, man. You guys can keep trying, but you know what? We're here to stay. We out here making good music for our people. We're making big moves with our people. And you can't stop us as a whole, man. We're just moving forward. No matter our past, no matter what happened in the past, it doesn't matter no more because we're just moving forward. We're just steamrolling the whole game right now. So you can't, you know, I see you guys watching us all over the place, but you can't fuck with us, man. We're moving too hard, man. Too many of us, man. Too many units, and we know your secrets, man. We know you're dirty, and you know you're dirty too. We see you, man.
And Res Official, the album, and nominated for a Juno off Lonely.
Well, shit, we were the only native cats to hit #1 on Rap City with the single Lonely, and that was a very big accomplishment for us. And you know, we're humble cats, man, but you know, we were like, okay, man, we, you know, that was a big record, and you know, we put out the album, and a lot of personal shit that was going on between myself and other teammates and stuff. It kind of slowed down like the promo process and the touring. You know, I actually just went through a whole bunch of bullshit with your pork choppers. Kind of, you know, threw a little twig in my spokes. You know, try to stop the motion, but we kept going. You know. But yeah, we basically, a lot of personal shit happened with the second album. You know, we all had big plans and all our best interests, you know, invested, money invested, time invested. It just, sometimes things just don't work out, man. You know, that's how it is in the game, man.
And tapes from Drezus Walks, Drezus the Mixtape, Big Drezus. How did they all go?
Man, you know what, man? People are sleeping out there, you know? They're starting to wake up, though, now. They're starting to wake up. Hard work, perseverance pays off, man. You just keep going, man. Dedicated. Trust me, I'm going to keep coming at you with more and more music until it sticks, man. Trust me. I'm getting more and more fans by the day, and I love y'all, man. I love all my fans and supporters out there. I give it my all in this music shit. You know what I mean? Like, from investing money to time to effort to even just my energy, man. You know, like, hip-hop is my life. It's always been my life, and it's always gonna continue to be a part of my life. You know, so it's nothing for me to get on a record and speak about it. So, you know, I'm only gonna get better. Just like, you know, just like with anything in life, you practice, you keep going, you'll get better, man.
And you put in a lot of work. The most money you've ever held?
Oh, shit. I don't even know, man. These guys going off, man. Man, I don't know. I've definitely, it's definitely over the 100 G mark for sure, man.
And working with Heatbag, Big Stomp, NATO to name a few, break it down for us, the music collabs and times in the studio, as well as working with Trey Nice and Rut Monster.
Yeah, with the Red Winter album, I was really inspired by like the whole movement that was going on with my people and the government last winter, and that whole movement, that whole feeling, that whole like resistance and that whole rise up, that energy, like I felt it, man. I captured it, and I felt like that's what drove my album. You know what I mean? So like on my album, I got Stomp. You know, he produced like he produced about 60% of the album. You know, I can always count on Stomp for making some dope ass music. You know, Superville from T Dot, shout out Superville. He produced 2 tracks on the album, brought kind of a new element to my whole sound, and kind of like a really introspective and really hip hop type vibe he brought to the table. And NATO, of course, he put together all the mixing and the mastering, you know. And NATO has been putting together some good projects lately, you know. He's been putting together the Evil projects, and shout out Evil. Shout out NATO, shout out Touch, shout out Edmonton. NATO holds me down, man. Trust me. He was the unseen force behind Red Winter, man. You know?
NCBC says you're one of the 10 artists the masses need to know. Share your influences and artists that you like to listen to. For music, Big Crit.
Oh, Big Crit, man. I love Big Crit, man. I'm still trying to get a Big Crit feature, man. One day I'm going to get that. Trust me. Or a Big Crit beat, even, you know. I'm gonna try to get that together. But he speaks from the heart, man. You know, he's from a totally different place on the map, but he speaks from the heart, and I feel like I just connect with what he's saying, just on a different, you know, different plane, you know, just on a whole different map. But I connect with it because that's how I feel. Like whenever I make music, I like to be real. I like to speak from the heart, and I like to speak from experience, and I don't like to bullshit the listeners, man, you know? So, like, definitely Big Crit is a big influence, but, other than that, I like power movers, man. Like Jay-Z, I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say about Jay-Z, man. That guy hustles hard, man. I got nothing but respect for him. Even Diddy with his rapping ass and dancing ass, but I got nothing but love for him because he goes hard and he built an empire, you know. So I look up to more of the mogul type dudes than anything because I'm trying to do the same thing too. I want to put other people on, especially my people. I want to put my people on and help them grow, you know what I mean?
And videos, lay 'em down. Big Dreams featuring NATO. I'm Losing Control, directed by Stewie Kubrick. And that hot single, Me and You, with Inez Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
Share on the Grind.
Oh man, I don't know if y'all seen it, but I'm gonna put up a copy of our performance we did at the APCMAs at the MTS Center last week, or a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna put that up on YouTube for everybody to see because we did a hot ass performance, man. You know, I had the fucking black on black tux. She had the little black and gold slip. I had the big throne. I had 100% input on the show, like as far as the lighting. So, like, for me as an artist, that was a very big moment, man. When we did that, with that stage performance at the MTS Center, it was huge. It was huge for me, you know. So, like, I just can't wait to show you guys what's coming next, you know.
And Red Winter, speak on your incredible album, taking the win for 2013 for Album of the Year at the APCMA Awards. This is the time, and you're in the spotlight.
Yeah, man. Like I said, the driving force behind that was all that passion behind all the shit that was going on in the country at the time, you know. I felt I was a part of the whole process too, you know. I was there for my people and I still am there. But I just feel like I can only contribute what I know, and that's hip hop. You know. And that was the driving force behind me putting together those pieces to the puzzle of the album. You know, and it just flowed, man. Me and NATO just banged them out. Boom, 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 boom. Then we looked at the tracks and we're like, okay, this is what we're gonna put down. This is what this is what we're gonna keep. This is what we're gonna toss out. But it all, I feel like it all gels, because it all came from the heart, but I all kept it within the same album.
And opening for the Clips, anyone else? Best tour, largest crowd you've ever rocked?
Oh, the Clips in Ottawa. Man, that was a goofy show, man. The show was dope. We killed it. We killed the show, and then after the show, Malice came up and he's like, yo, was that you guys that were just rocking it? And I was like, yeah, that was us, man. And he's like, he gave us our props, and I was like, damn, that's big. So we got a little twisted that night, and I already told the story last time, so if you wanna look more into that, just check out Homeboy's motherfucking YouTube page and you can read up on that. But yeah.
Anybody else you open for?
Shit, we did 50 Cent back in the day with Joey. Joey, and I'm not even gonna say the other dude's name because he's X'd out. But yeah, man, I was a young buck, and that was like 10,000 people in the crowd, man. And I was like, I couldn't even, I was doing Brains Blue, my first shit, and I couldn't even breathe out there, man. Stomp was in the bleachers. I know he was probably laughing his ass off, because I was like, his little high voice, little squeaky voice coming out. But yeah, 50 Cent, that was a really eye-opener for me, because I seen all my people, this is in Saskatoon, I seen all kind of people I knew I went to school with and shit back in the day. They're all like, what the fuck, yo, that's fucking, what they knew me as, whatever, Biggie or Big or fucking Fubu or whatever the fuck, man. They're like, yo, that's Jeremy, it was crazy, it was definitely an eye-opener. But yeah, I opened up for other people too.
And one of your best hip-hop memories you've been part of or contributed to?
Best hip-hop memories? A new one? A new one. Oh, man. Shit, I think going on tour with Winnipeg's Most last year. That was a big highlight for me because I finally got to showcase my skills as a solo artist, and I had to open up every show on my own, and I had to show out, and I gained a lot of fans from that tour. I had a lot of fun. I got to see how a lot of business was handled. So as far as as far as a fun factor, as far as experience, as far as actual stage, actual getting to interact with the fans, that was a big moment for me, and I can't wait to tour again. Check for me on a solo tour too, though, man. Trust me. But before I get into the new album, I'm working on a tour right now. So yo, if you want to book me, hit me up at drezusmusic@gmail.com. And we trying to get everything popping right now, get this tour going. And also, I'm working on a new album called Indian Summer. I just said it, so there you go. Boom, boom, bang, bang.
And you got anything to say to Canada?
Yo, man, I know you've been sleeping on me, Canada. I got nothing but love for you. Shout out my dude Gunner, Double S, Manic, for putting together the Native Hip Hop Festival, the first ever of its kind. Big things, man. Shout out Tommy Da. Shout out Jay Fame. I can be here for days. John C, all my Heatbag family, Joey Styles. Shout out my mom. Shout out my sons, man. Shout out Archivist, man. Going down, man. This guy's killing it, man. Yo, trust me, man. Shout out Van City. You see me in the back? Van City's like my fourth home. I got 1,600 homes, man. But I got people all over the map. Trust me.
And you got any shouts?
Oh shit. There we go. Okay, let me see. I want to shout out all my DS cats back in Calgary, man. All the dudes who were in the Big Dreams video. Jeff Eckert, Stewie Kubrick. Shout out fucking Lotto, John Cena from Peg City, all my Peg City homeboys. Free Young Kid. You know what I mean? Shout out Sav. Shout out Money, all my Sass cats. Shout out Stomp, Res Official. Shout out Helly, motherfucker. CEO. Shout out CEO, the newest member of Stress Street, baby.
Sure.
Bang, bang, double S. You know what it is, man.
And shouts to the big Drezus and Manic Wonderful and Sky Stoney Gunnin
Hey.
on that gunner style.
Hey.
Jay Fame
Hey.
and Tommy Da
Stress
and Blazing Natives. And this is the Archivist, and you already know the name, y'all.
Stress Street.
Bang, 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 bang.